Hi everyone and welcome back to the Atlantic 5-Star channel. Today we'll talk about the speaking part of the IELTS exam. This is the part that people find the most intimidating, and I can understand why. I hope that this video will help you to understand this part of the test better and allow you to feel more comfortable and confident. The speaking IELTS test has 3 parts. Part 1 is the introduction part. The examiner will introduce themselves and ask for your name and ID. In this part, you will always cover 3 topics. The first of which will always be either home, hometown, or work or study. This part takes roughly 4 or 5 minutes. Part 2 is called the individual long turn. You will receive a topic card and you will have 1 minute to think of what you want to say and take notes if you wish. You will need to speak about the topic for around 2 minutes. The examiner may or may not ask you some follow-up questions. This part usually takes 3 or 4 minutes. And part 3 is what we call a two-way discussion. You will be asked more questions around the same general topic you discussed in part 2. This gives you the opportunity to show off your lexical knowledge and spoken grammar skills. This part takes around 4 to 5 minutes. So let's move on to tip number 1. Now, the best way to prepare yourself for the speaking test is to get yourself into the habit of recording yourself responding to speaking questions. You can find many of those online. Then you need to listen to your answer, identify any pronunciation, grammar, or vocabulary issues you can work on, and re-record over and over until you feel happy with your response. This can be time-consuming, but it is the best thing you can do for your confidence and the quickest way to improve the quality of your spoken response. Tip number 2. Give reasonably detailed answers. Avoid giving one-word responses or saying yes or no. Also, try avoid giving answers that are too long. For example, in part 1, your answers should take around 30 seconds long, and in part 3, closer to a minute. But don't worry if the examiner stops you. They need to do this sometimes to keep the exam moving. Tip number 3. Be careful with using complicated words or phrases. Many students memorize a few advanced words and phrases that they overuse inappropriately. The examiner can spot this quite easily. In the IELTS, you are rewarded for trying to use complex sentences and structures and advanced vocabulary, but only as long as it's natural and appropriate. I find you try out a few or even all of these tips. Let me know what you think about them in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!
5-star, 5-star, 5-star English, 5-star, 5-star,
5-Star English, một công ty thuộc tập đoàn giáo dục Atlantic.